Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Combat Mission Beyond Overlord. Yeah, so we are back in the Operation Overlord, and we are in Normandy still, and yeah, still getting our foothold and trying to prepare the way for the British, the Commonwealth forces to head to Caen, yeah, and what yeah, I don't know exactly what river that was. Maybe Orne River. Yes, that was it. Anywho, yes, so the last episode saw the conclusion of our battle at Ranville, where the British paratroopers were, despite early struggles, were able to get past that impenetrable bunker and was able to secure at least 2 out of 3 objectives in the town to secure the roadway for the rest of the troops to head to the next objective, which is Caen. And yeah, I was surprised first and foremost by the direction from which the German reinforcement arrived, and that really took me aback and surprised me, and I thought the mission was basically lost for good. But because of the paratroopers' numbers and experience that they had, they were able to secure some of the French buildings and use them as a launching pad to take some of the more of the town as they advanced through building by building into the center of the town, and was able to secure it. Now, if I was fast enough and knew better how to defeat the bunker, then I could have rushed toward the 3rd objective and contested that through the remainder of the game, while the outfield artillery pounded the position where the Germans came from. But yeah, I think that was not really to be, because I didn't know, and I had to scramble and just rush ahead, and I think that kind of paid off, I guess, in a way, because I did used to use them to exploit the flank that the Germans really didn't use or prepare to defend against, and was able to gain a tactical victory in the end when all said and done. Although in the last few turns I was kind of afraid that the victory is slipping because of the German howitzers were pounding our positions in the buildings, and yeah, infantry buildings are just so vulnerable if the tanks know where to shoot. It's kind of understood the tanks upon entering urban combat or urban warfare are really vulnerable because of the kind of nooks and crannies where the soldiers can come out and put the sticky bombs or shoot a Piat or a Panzerschreck up its rear. But in this game, it's kind of hard to orchestrate all that, so you just put the infantry in the buildings and hope for the best. I wonder if the game kind of could have made provisions to have more of these activities, anti-tank activities, available for the infantry. Like, I'm not so sure. I'm not a game designer, and apparently they only use like 2 programmers to program this game, so I understand, but you need to have a really down to little details control in order to enact that kind of urban warfare. But yeah, I mean, if the tanks know where to shoot, then you're basically dead. Yeah, the confined space of the building kind of magnifies the explosive nature of the shells, and yeah, I mean, you're basically done for. So I was afraid in the last few turns because the Germans were doing just that, and I was using the sword in order to maybe parry them somewhat, but yeah, it was a bit too late for them to do anything to make any serious impact. Yeah, so tactical victory, which is actually better than minor victory. I thought that it's going to be the lowest in the rung of the victories. That's coming from Panzer General, where tactical victory sometimes do not allow you to advance in certain cases. But tactical victory it is, just normal victory between minor and major victory. And I think the best one is total victory, which is basically forcing them to cry uncle and surrender below 15% morale. So that's the major victory for you. Anywho, yeah, so there was that. There was a winning formula, I guess, that one can use to improve their chances, even achieve a better victory than me. And yeah, I mean, that's said and done. In this episode, I'm going to try something more difficult, more challenging, and yeah, trying to play scenarios where you can experience something new every time. Now, in the case of fighting tanks, the British and Americans have this aggrandized idea of what unidentified tanks from the German side might be if they cannot really identify it completely. They always think that the tank is a Tiger or something. Yeah, and then that kind of surprised me because I thought that they were really Tiger tanks, but obviously these guys were afraid, and they think that every tank that they see from the German side is a Tiger because they really the fame and notoriety of the tank kind of precedes that tank that is on the battlefield. And for the first few days, I guess, where the German resistance was light, the British and American troops really didn't face that kind of heavy armor. But as they go closer and closer to Khan, major objective, and further inside the occupied territory, they have to face some tougher opposition. And of course, one of them was not really human, it was Bocage, which really hampered their progress and provided defenders with all sorts of advantages. Yeah, but this episode we're going to really face the Tiger, the feared Tiger tank that really made things difficult for the Allied troops in the at least beginning of the operation. And then there's one particular event where the British were unaware of the Tiger, a bit loom, as they say, the group of Tigers that were stalking them from the Panzer Lehr division, and headed by none other than the tank ace, one of the most famous tank ace ever to see battle in World War II, or I don't know whether that has to do with the propaganda, but yeah, his name is Michael Wittmann, and he made he basically caused a just huge amount of destruction the first encounter that British made with this guy, because they were kind of ambushed and they didn't have any answer for the Tiger that he commanded. And the mission that deals with that historical event is Villers-Bocage, Tiger. And he goes on a rampage, of course, and we'll see soon how he goes on a rampage. And this is a rather difficult mission, and this is where actually the British were suffered like total defeat. So if I do better than total defeat, then I could probably consider this a success, perhaps. Or if I could at least defeat Wittmann and his Tigers, then yeah, all the better. But I don't know if I have the resources or experience with me. But I try to create a winning strategy as much as possible. If not here, then from the I guess play thereafter as part of AAR. And incidentally, if you're curious, I did manage to beat South of Sword. I tried it again without commentary. I just played around 4.5 hours once again, and was able to win, quote unquote, win the mission. And I upload it later. Yeah, it's part of a walkthrough or something if you're interested in South of Sword again. And yeah, it's pretty cool actually, because Shermans actually do their thing this time around. But here, yeah, it's a different story. It's June 13, 1944, so like 1 week after the landings. After the aborted German attempt to overwhelm the Allied beachhead, the British went over to the attack. Once it began, an appreciable penetration was made by the British 7th Armored Division, the 50th Northumbrian Infantry Division, and various other units. Their goal was a strategic ridge at Villers-Bocage. Facing them was the Panzer Lehr Division, led by Fritz Bierlin, Rommel's chief of staff in North Africa. He had under his command a number of the powerful Panther and Tiger tanks. The German armor outgunned the British, whose main tank at the moment was a light and fast Cromwell tank. There were also members of Shermans being taken into the British armored forces to beef up the amount of tanks available. The Sherman, however, fared little better against German armor than the Cromwell. Only by a majority in numbers could the Allies hope to overwhelm the enemy's superior armor. The British were now entering hedgerow country. These were thick, coarse hedges that had grown for centuries in France to separate parcels of land. Some of these were 5 feet thick and 10 feet high. They were so dense that a normal tank could not penetrate them. Instead, it would roll up and over them, thus exposing its thin underbelly to enemy anti-tank fire. The hedgerows, or bocage, provide excellent cover for infantry and anti-tank weapons. It was a nightmare for units attacking and a dream come true for those defending. And I think I'm defending. No, I think I'm attacking. Yeah, at least the village. Villers-Bocage, that is. On June 11th and 12th, Villers-Bocage was taken and occupied. Okay, so I might be defending using the Bocage to advantage. The next day, tanks of the County of London Yeomanry with infantry of the Rifle Brigade and half-tracks entered the town. After setting up defenses, they proceeded onward, some 6 miles behind enemy lines. They were aiming for Hill 213 that dominated the National Highway, where it thrust straight to Caen. It looked as though Montgomery's declared D-Day objective was within reach. Unknown to the British, a small group of German tanks was nearby. They were commanded by Obersturmführer Michael Wittmann, a tank ace from the Russian front. He had begun his service in 1934 and was soon made a member of the SS Guard Regiment, Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler. Beginning the war as a sergeant in an armored car platoon, his dash and daring soon had him in an assault gun fighting in Greece. His valor and expertise with tanks was proven without a doubt during the fighting on the Eastern Front from 1941 through 1943. By the time his unit was transferred to France, he had achieved a formidable record of 119 tank kills. He now commanded an battalion of Tiger tanks, the best overall type of tank in the war up to that time. On June 13th, Wittmann and his battered command were laagered in some woods near Villers-Bocage. Receiving news of the British advance toward his area, he decided to go to the village and take a look around. 3 other Tigers and a Mark IV-H had accompanied him. A group of German infantry near Villers-Bocage found Wittmann and informed him of massive Allied vehicle movement through Villers-Bocage. Leaving his command hidden away, Wittmann went with the infantry to view what was happening. On a hill near the village, he saw parked British tanks. Small fires were lit and teapots were boiling. Oh my goodness. Again with the tea. Leaving the rest of the group on the hill, he moved in behind the village and entered from the south side. To his amazement, 4 Cromwells of the regimental headquarters, 4th County of London Yeomanry, were parked in the plaza. Also in the area were 3 Stuart tanks and 2 Sherman OP tanks with no main gun. Wittmann quickly returned to his Tiger. His first encounter was British infantry in half-tracks parked near the village on the side of the road. He rode down the line of vehicles, destroying one after another, creating mass panic among the infantry. None had seen a Tiger that close. Wittmann's tank fired into lorries, half-tracks, and brain carriers. It was pure carnage and unstoppable. The lead column of Montgomery's offensive was shot to pieces. The Desert Rat spearhead was almost totally annihilated. Then he and his crew immediately went to their grisly task in the village itself and took out the Stuart, Shermans, and 3 of the 4 Cromwells. The last one got cranked and escaped by running through a house into an adjacent garden. Proceeding down the street, he knocked a number of soft-skinned vehicles and proceeded out of the village. There he met up with the first troop of the B Squadron and took out 2 of their tanks. Moving back to his encampment to replenish his ammunition, he discovered that the early Cromwell that had escaped in Villers-Bocage was stalking him, hoping for a shot from the rear. It only took a minute to dispatch the brave but foolhardy tank. Wittmann returned to the tank laager, grabbed another Tiger tank since his own was low on fuel ammunition. This time the other tanks joined them. Quickly they were headed back to Villers-Bocage. Unknown to him, however, oncoming 23rd Hussars had roared to the rescue. Arriving at the village at first, they set up an ambush in the square. They had Cromwells, the new Fireflies, and a well-placed 6-pounder anti-tank gun and were ready for some payback. The seemingly omnipotent panzers rumbled on into Villers-Bocage. As Captain Stratton, the commander of the group, later reported, when the Tigers were less than 1,000 yards away and were broadside to us, I told 3 troop and my gunner to open fire. The Fireflies did the damage, but the 75s helped and must have taken the track of one Tiger, which started to circle out of control. They shot back at us, knocked one of the Fireflies out, as its commander was hit in the head. However, at the end of a very few minutes, there were 3 killed Tigers. Also confronting the German tanks were British infantry of the Queen's Regiment, using a brand new British anti-tank weapon called the Piat. The remaining Mark IV and Wittmann's Tiger were hunted down. The Mark IV went up in a blaze from a Piat round in the rear. Wittmann's tank was disabled. It was never known if it had been by a tank or a Piat round. But he and his crew escaped on foot. Okay, so battle actually took a turn here, as the reinforcement from the British side this time was able to lay an ambush upon the approaching tigers in the village and was able to successfully destroy this action from the building of tigers. They were trying to basically wipe the British off this salient. So yeah, I have some hope that this scenario is going to offer me the option of actually laying the same ambush. For this valuable action, he was awarded the swords to his Knight Cross, making him the only tank commander to be awarded the Knight Cross, oak leaves, and swords in the space of 5 months. His tally now stood at 138 tanks, 132 guns, plus countless other soft-skinned vehicles. He was offered a position at a training school, but refused it, choosing to stay with his regiment. His amazing luck and prowess could not sustain him forever. Yeah, so a few weeks later, I think he was ambushed in one of the one of the battles that were pretty close by where this happened. And one of the Fireflies knocked him out, I think, from the rear. And Wittmann had scored 119 tank kills, which is just amazing amount of destruction that he was able to achieve in the Eastern Front. I guess back then the Russians did not really have an answer to his tank, and they used tactics that were basically geared toward maximizing destruction. And basically he was at will stalking and destroying the Russian tanks without being threatened from their guns, because I think although T-35s were very impressive tanks, I don't think they could measure up to the Tiger tanks. They could destroy Mark IVs, and it was a surprise, it was a revelation for the Germans too, but the Tigers were, I think, no match. I think the shells just bounced off or just couldn't penetrate the front armor. And I think it was until later on where T-35s had 85mm guns, then they were able to fight the Tigers. Until then, they had to probably just try to use the speed of the tanks to ram the offending tank to try to destroy it or immobilize it first. That was, yeah, what they had to do in the Eastern Front. Pretty crazy. Okay, so command briefing, thankfully it's shorter. The rapid advance of the British 7th Armored Division indicates that Khan may soon fall. Well, I mean, that's wishful thinking now. Feared enemy resistance from the Panzer Lehr Division has been at a minimum. You and your troops are to hold a village and the key crossroads marked with victory flags. Reports of enemy armor in the vicinity seem to be exaggerated. Caution is urged, nevertheless, by the division commander. This is the forces I have. 2 rifle platoon under strength, okay. 1 Vickers MG, 6-pounder anti-tank gun, so this is really useful. A Sherman 3, 2 Sherman 3s, which is not going to be very useful for me, because they are the OP tanks without the main gun. 3 Cromwell 4s, which is basically the light tank for the British. 1 Sherman VC Firefly, which is the only tank I think is going to be measure up to the strength of the Tiger. 3 Stuart 5s and 10 half-tracks, 2 universal carriers. Yeah, so these guys, only the Firefly is able to do something against the Tiger. So there's some reserves that are coming, so this is the reinforcement that rushed into their rescue for the initial British troops. They're kind of hopelessly entrenched against the Tiger, Wittmann's Tiger and his group of tanks. So at turn 11, 4 Cromwell 7s, 1 Cromwell 8, I guess that's a better version of Cromwell. 3 Sherman Firefly, okay, that's good. 1 6-pounder anti-tank gun and another carrier is going to arrive. Okay. Right, so here we are, starting up. So let's just save this and try to come back. Alright, so here we are. And these guys are the carriers and the infantry that we have under our command, but they are taking cover and cautious. So I think something bad happened. Something really bad happened here. And they're not really doing too well. They're trying to take cover and escape from the current situation. How about these guys? Yeah, they're okay. But these guys are panicking, so they saw something. I don't know exactly what they saw that caused so much panic. Yeah, so here are the top tracks that I guess from the description of the mission that Wittmann first chanced upon and promptly laid the field of destruction or the row of destruction as he just picked apart these guys. And here are the OP tanks. Yeah, they don't have any gun. As you can see, they... Yeah, I guess it says there... It says that the Sherman 3 has some kind of a capability, destruction capability, but no, they don't have any main gun. Only the... I guess they have a dummy gun here. Or if the game is accurate enough, then... Actually, they do possess some, I guess, armament, but I think this is dummy gun. They cannot really shoot. Yeah, they only have the machine gun, and these are the sword 5s. Yeah, so these are the light tanks. And the Cromwells in the town plaza. Villers-Bocage. And Firefly, yeah, this is the big tank that they provided us. I don't know whether the initial British troops actually had Firefly, but at least I have a fighting chance against Wittmann if it comes close. So it seems that right now I don't have any choice but to just wait for Wittmann to hit us first, because apparently I don't have the option to... Well, I have option to rotate, so at least I have that. Maybe I should just rotate all these guys to escape as fast as possible from the tiger. Yeah, this is a brilliant carrier, and another carrier is going to be very important here. As yeah, I think if Wittmann chances upon this 6-pounder, he's going to just destroy it first and foremost, so these guys are just gone. Yeah, let's rotate these guys except for these two guys. I don't know. And these guys should be placed just out of the action, really. Yeah. The Stuart, these guys cannot move right now. Yeah, they can only rotate. So let's rotate this guy here. Okay. So the first turn is just going to be this, and it'd be nice if I can see where the tank is coming from, but I do believe from the position of the troops and the fact that the mission briefing tells us that these guys are going to be the first victims of Mr. Tiger Ace, I think that the tank is going to come from around here or here. Yeah, possibly here or here. I think it's because of the victory flag here. I think it's going to come from here, so I need to prepare. Okay. Okay, so just checking out the infantry. The rifle squadron, Vickers MG. There's a Piat. Yeah, okay. So there's anti-tank guy here, but he's taking cover in panic, so he'll be useless for the next turn, as the Tiger is going to arrive really soon. And the rifle squadron, and there's a mortar guy. I wonder if there's a artillery guy somewhere, but I don't see him. Maybe he's riding in one of the half tracks, perhaps, or... Yeah, I don't think there is any artillery guys, although we might receive one. No, I don't think I saw the description of there being one in the briefing. So this is what I try to do. Okay, so the half tracks, then rotated, just trying to get away from the Tiger as much as possible, as far as possible. And trying to regroup and out of the way of the tanks that are trying to maneuver themselves into some kind of position to battle the Tiger. My only option is to allow the infantry to first take a hit, and all these guys will take the brunt of the damage what the Wittmann Tiger could dish out, as the tank is going to try to outflank him as he tries to target this group of guys now squarely in the sights of the Tiger. And I think we're just going to do a retreat. I don't know whether it's going to be any orderly, but probably not. Probably routed. And after taking this position, he's definitely going to go for the second objective. That's where we're going to at least try to ambush him from the rear and from the front. Well, not from the front, the side, like broadside. I think that's what they mentioned. as the tiger approaches here. So yeah, as the tiger approaches around here, the Cromwell is going to try to with the Shermans. Now I don't know whether these guys are equipped with the gun here, but yeah, I think this is more or less OP tank, which means the main gun is not available. But I think from the description it says it has a gun. Yeah, it has a turret, right? Yeah, it has all the qualities like burns easily. It has a smoke mortar, which is I don't know whether it can shoot smoke. It all depends on what the AI decides to do. I don't think I can shoot smoke right now. Smoke discharger. Yeah, it'd be interesting if I can shoot smoke, which is definitely going to be useful in this case. I mean, the mortar here can shoot the smoke, but not the tank. And I might have to familiarize myself further with these kind of options to like pause and hide and ambush and yeah. As far as the terrain is concerned, it's mostly flat, as you can see. This is higher ground, so the tiger can definitely see better. But then, yeah, these avenues provide the line of sight where I can definitely going to be able to target the object, the enemy. Yeah, so wow, this is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully I can minimize the destruction in the first few turns and then try to ambush the tiger as it approaches the secondary objective. I'm going to try to outflank him from both sides. Firefly is going to, with the Cromwell here, perhaps if he can move fast enough. Yeah, try to destroy the... yeah, not destroy, try to ambush the tiger as it approaches this crossroads. In order to do that, I might have to see whether the tiger is facing this way or, you know, trying to still bash the infantry in. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, here you go. Let's brace for impact. Okay, definitely can hear the tiger, I think. Yep. It's all going to be retreat for us. Run, you bastards, run. Oh my goodness, here he comes. Wow, have you checked this? Oh gosh, darn it. Yeah, some guy is gonna get killed. Yeah, knocked out. Just like that. Alright, let's go, guys. You too. The 6-pounder gun is pinned. I don't know how it's pinned. Are you ready to shoot? Yeah, this guy, Vickers MG is now the poor guy being targeted by the tiger. What is this? Oh no, he's targeting this guy, but yeah, missed it. That's good. Okay, knocked out. Flames ablaze. Okay, alright, that's not good. Okay, so 60 seconds had already passed. Wow. Yeah, time seems to fly there. Alright, so nothing really happened except for the half-track being victimized by this tiger. And this is, yeah, you can definitely see that this is the Wittmann tiger because this guy has elite status. Definitely understandable since he's gone back in his tiger now, he's buttoned up. I don't know what that has to do with, I don't know what that does to his range of view, viewing circle or the amount of things that he can shoot. Yeah, but here is a tiger, yeah, the elite tiger that we are to face, and things do not really look good for us right now. I don't know whether this guy can survive. Yeah, I don't think this guy can actually do anything. Let me just see. Yeah, trying to go, but can he actually move now? Oh, eliminate. The PN is already eliminated, folks. Oh my goodness. So our option for anti-tank from the beginning is gone. Except for this guy now trying to... Unlimber, it takes 3 minutes? What does that mean? Can you actually shoot though? Actually, yeah, shoot, the side block. But I think Tiger is going to just make short work of it. Yeah, I gotta run. I gotta try to run, and I gotta also run. There's no other way but to run away and try to regroup in the city, in the town. Switch motor guy could be useful. He's already running. Taking refuge in the house could be the most, oh my goodness, yeah, the best thing to do right now. As for this guy, you can also run to this building. This guy could fast move out of the area. Yeah, these guys are going the convoy of tears. This 6-pounder gun could do something, right? Or are they marooned helplessly? The next victim here. The crew is now pinned in serious jeopardy. Let's get this guy out of the way. I think this guy is gonna get blasted too. Yeah, now this guy could, well, I don't know. I think I need to organize ourselves once more. Yeah, so this guy could reverse all the way down here. Okay, so yeah, so we'll continue to make some adjustments to our initial planned retreat into the town. I don't know what town this is. Oh, Villers-Bocage. While the infantry will scramble toward the nearest shelter in order to survive another onslaught from the elite Tiger here. Tiger, well, I mean, they knocked out the Piat, so we just don't have any anything to go up against. Maybe the Tiger sees the long barrel of this Firefly and is going to ready to shoot the tank, but I don't think that is going to happen as I don't move. As long as I don't move an inch from where I am. I could probably try to fast move, but this Tiger is such an elite tank. I don't think I will survive. This guy will survive. I mean, this guy's experience level is only Conscript. It's like one better than Green, which is like just sitting in the tank for the first time and trying out the controls. Smelling the new tank smell. Anywho, yeah, so we are in trouble. We're in definite trouble, and we just want to get these half tracks away from the destruction, because as more and more guys get destroyed, this is going to take a toll on the morale. And as you can see, the victory condition, I have no hope of victory right now. While the single-handedly Wittmann was able to wrest 56% of victory condition in the second turn. So let's see if the half tracks can escape the immediate destruction, and this gun, I don't know what's going to happen. I think this gun is going to be a goner, because this guy's pinned already and doesn't know what to do. It's just waiting for the Tiger to just kick around, as you can see here, and pop it. Yeah, like it's nothing. Another victim of the onslaught that it's going to cause. Hopefully it's not going to be the pattern for the rest of the scenario. Although by turn 11, in 10 minutes, in real game time, the reinforcement will arrive somewhere. Hopefully away from the Tiger, so we'll be able to... Maybe when Tiger is actually facing away from it, so we can try to aim at it first thing. Anywho, yeah. On the German side too, there will be more reinforcements coming, and I think there are going to be more Tigers, at least 3 more Tigers and 1 Panzer IV-H. So it's going to be not easy. We're going to use the Firefly to the best ability, and I think there are going to be some save and loading to try to see what I can do to improve the situation. So let's go. Okay, here we go. Okay, still driving. My goodness. The fire truck. Definitely. Oh, this guy's running toward the other direction. Okay. Wow. Yeah, get moving, mortars. You're really lucky that you survived that thing. Yeah, it's already Vickers MG is already hurting from its machine gun fire, and this guy's finally moving, but I don't know about this guy. Yeah. Oh, targeting this guy. You should definitely move now. Get a move on. Oh my goodness, two guys got eviscerated. It could have been better if I just used a brush or something to hide. And oh my goodness, why is he targeting it now? Oh my goodness. He's gone too? Oh my gosh. Alright, they're accurate. Yeah. There's no escaping the tiger here if actually sets its sights on. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, finally they move in panic, they're routed. So the tiger was able to, well, let's see, the kills. No kill information available, but surely it's a lot. Taking cover, being ineffective, and this guy can try to run, but yeah, they're basically done for. They're alerted. I don't know, they can move now? No, they can't. They are unlimber, so they need some more time. And this guy, I don't know how much ammo he has, but he's spending on the infantry. The more he spends on the infantry, then I guess it's better. And crew, yeah, basically drove the half-track into the wheat field and got out. Only 1 out of 3 survived, and all these guys, half-track is okay now. Yeah, so these guys are okay too. But for how long? Alright, so nothing really changed much, but I did make some adjustments, as the Cromwell is going to do its best to create a pack of tanks in order to create a kind of a wall of armored force in order to move together to face up against the tiger, hopefully in the rear. I mean, it's fast tank, so maybe it's able to do something against it as the tiger comes closer, ever closer to Villers-Bocage. And I don't know about this gun, but I did set up an ambush marker. I don't know whether it's going to be any useful. Yeah, I don't know. And I think I need to move the Vickers MG and everybody, because I like to just get them withdraw as, not withdraw, but move as quick as possible away from the tank as much as possible. Yeah, I think may give us a bit of a, yeah, I don't know, because the building is not going to protect it against the tiger, so maybe just move to this building. Safer that way, I guess. And I don't think I face a lot of infantry from the Germans in this mission. Platoon HQ, yeah. And this is a 2-inch mortar taking... Maybe I should smoke this guy. If it's possible, because... Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the tiger is still hell-bent on attacking the infantry. And we need to run with anything obstructing its vision between the infantry and the tank. So yeah, I need to probably run toward here and then try to think about what to do next, because infantry definitely will provide a bit of a buffer as tanks move into position. Yeah, but smoke might work, but I'm not so sure how well. Yeah, this guy is taking in the wheat field. There is a actually interesting thing going on with the wheat field. I think the manual said when it's spring, the wheat field doesn't really provide any kind of cover, but as the season progresses and the wheat grows, it does manage to provide a kind of brush, kind of like similar to brush. It provides some cover for the infantry, so it might be helpful as we try to escape from the from this tiger, this fearsome tiger. Yeah. 6-pounder gun. Well, I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I mean, it's really close, so maybe angle, maybe able to damage the gun, perhaps? Main gun, perhaps? Then it's going to be just, yeah, so useful, but I don't know. Because this is elite status, I think it's going to just um, make every attack in the frontal armor area useless. It's just going to bounce off. The shell's gonna just shatter because of the elite status. It's really hardened. It's not like it has like some kind of force field or anything just because it has more experience. It's just that you can shoot better, you can turn better, move faster, you can recognize enemies, us faster, you can react and never wilt under pressure, those kind of stuff. I mean, Wittmann was a tank ace that was kind of reckless, and I think that kind of was one of the reasons why he was ambushed when he was killed. But then he just could, I mean, in terms of, I guess, moving the tank and, you know, directing, you know, barking out directions, and has an instinct or feel for the battlefield, as he sat in that commanding position in the tank, command his tank crews. I think he was basically second to none. Such a prolific tanker. Good instinct, perception, and what do you call it? Hand-eye coordination, perhaps? I'm not so sure, but yeah, really quick in destroying the opponents. And we are basically having a feel for it right now. He killed already 2 guys. He put them out of action, like 3 of them already. Yeah, 2 half-track destroyed. A crew got destroyed. It's all flaming too. And 1 carrier, not flaming but knocked out. So, I mean, this guy turns toward the infantry and then travels this area, then the Firefly will try to advance toward this avenue and then engage it really closely, along with the Cromwells. Yeah, but I don't know. Could be I'm not really prepared for each movement, so I need to probably change that. Probably change it so that I pair them up. Yeah, pair them up at least. Get prepared for anything. Yeah. We definitely have a target here. So we need to get out of it, I think, because the tiger will definitely be at a... will be facing us with its frontal armor. Oh boy, yeah, here we go. So we're not using the fast move, but hopefully the tiger is not able to see through the buildings and engage the troops in that space. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Once again. Yeah. Still shooting, right? No. Got tired of the infantry. The rifle squadron has no grenade. Oh, it's moving toward this guy now. Oh my gosh, here we go. It's gonna get destroyed. Yep, knocked out, folks. Wow, my gosh, should have ran. Ran right through them. Broken, routed. Ooh, oh, the crew survived though. How nice of them to let them walk away. He was so accurate that only knocked out the mortar, the weapon itself. Yeah, it's routed. Run it. Maybe the Firefly has a chance to hit the broadside. Do you think he have a chance? On the bit? Yeah, I think he's gonna move now. This way though. Yeah, so unfortunately I couldn't really apply any kind of smoke to block the view of the range of this, the viewing range of this tiger. Yeah, I'm suffering some heavy casualties, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I could try to move this guy now, as they have already made a... Yeah. Okay, they arrived here. Hopefully they have the gun intact. I think it's a bit better than the Cromwell, perhaps. Or maybe it's the same. Yeah, it's the same, basically. It's kind of weird, maybe because they're using the same gun. It's the 75mm, I think. The main gun is 75. Yeah, so they don't really differentiate between the 75mm American cannon or the British one, I think. This guy has a bit better chance. It's 57mm, but 6-pounder is a bit different. This is a gun that the Firefly uses, I think. And distance is 500 meters or so, which can affect some damage. Yeah, if he uses tungsten round. 265 can definitely work its magic, but the Tiger itself is yeah, okay. Maybe I can try it. I'm not so sure. Maybe I should save first, but yeah, I can definitely try this. Anywho, so the top tracks are right more or less to their destination, so I don't have to worry about them. Now these guys will move into position. They'll be paired. Yeah, the Stuart is going to move back because they're not going to be really useful, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely more powerful than the Stuart. Yeah, so this is legitimate tank, although it is kind of weak. Yeah, so the Stuart is going to move this way and then station themselves here, away from the main direction. These guys will also reverse and then go out of the way. Alright, now the decision is to maybe see if the 6-pounder... Actually, can you see? You can see the Firefly now. Maybe. No, I don't think so. I think the side for them is blocked. Yeah, side is blocked, but then I can issue a hunt order. And then it's going to try to aim at the Tiger, but it's a Conscript. So I don't think it's going to be effective in knocking it out. And promptly it's going to be destroyed. So I need to see if I can just give a hunt order just to allow it to peek around the corner and shoot. And then just retreat like that. I don't know if it's possible. So let's see if I can give it a bit of a hunt order. Just a bit. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Alright, so this Tiger is going to make further destruction of the infantry, the poor infantry. That's a fodder right now. I don't know what the next is. Okay, now it turns. Now it turns. I made a wrong decision here, folks. I made a wrong decision. And now the 6-pounder is going to shoot at it. Can you shoot at it? No, I don't think you can shoot at it. Oh, shot at it, but yeah, it's too late though. Shoot at it. Nope. Destroy it, knocked out, yeah. Oh my goodness, it couldn't even do anything. It's frontal armor, so I don't know whether it's going to be effective. Oh wow, it actually is chasing the guy. Okay. Can you shoot? No, it's too late, I think. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. I think it's out of the area. Okay. Yeah, but I think he can still try to hunt it by advancing forward. And now this tank. Yeah. Yeah, now probably could try to hunt it. Yeah, I don't have a lot of turns now. I have a better idea here. Yeah, now this guy. Yeah, it's a clear shot, I guess, here. But I don't think he can do anything here. So I need to see if I can combine the forces somehow, or allow the infantry to. Wow, this guy is just yeah, heinously maimed. Oh gosh, yeah, this guy couldn't do anything. He was knocked out right away. And they're not even shooting at the tank, of course, because they know it's impossible to offer any kind of resistance. Alright, unfortunately, I could go back to the save before and then see if the 6-pounder does better, but no, I don't think that it's going to happen. Yeah, so let's see if this gonna works. Okay, so, yeah, so Tiger is making a move toward this street. This avenue toward the town. I don't know whether that goes well for this Cromwell, so I had to make a bit of a stoppage of the movement. And let's just stop you there. Just seems that, yeah, if the Tiger comes around here, I can probably aim. I don't think it's going to be able to do anything. This guy will be just cut down mercilessly. Cannot penetrate unless it is definitely really close and this is facing the rear, so this Firefly has to do something first before this guy could challenge anything. Could actually move back or something and see what's going to happen in the immediate turn. Now this guy could just stay where they are, because I don't think that in 1 minute the Tiger is able to just go all the way here as they're trying to track the infantry. Yeah, I'm giving the order for the Firefly to at least try to hunt, and the Shermans to support it from the flank. I don't know whether they'll be able to coordinate, but at least they can have a chance at it maybe in the next few turns before the reinforcements arrive. Yeah, so it's hard going for both infantry and for the rest of this stricken platoon. There are so many different units against one Tiger, but they just can't do anything. The Tiger is such a formidable force right here that my morale is now being sapped to the tune of I don't know, 5 turns. So yeah, it's definitely being sapped. Yeah, this guy is now in trouble, broken, routed. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's going this way now. Look how fast it turns. Because of the elite, you can start shooting right from the get-go, while these tanks have a bit of pause before you can move. Now you can probably try to yeah, oh my gosh, insult to injury here. Maybe it's gonna run out or something of ammo. I'm not so sure. Yeah, still shooting. Missed. So I guess it's a good thing for us. Yeah, these guys are not moving. Oh, now it's moving. Yeah, finally moving, but I don't know whether it's enough. I don't know what this guy has in it for the infantry here, but still shooting. Oh, now Vickers MG is now the latest guy to be shot at. Cautious, but you shouldn't be cautious, you should be running. Yeah, these guys are now... Yeah, they're really slow, they're really cautious. Everybody's cautious. What can you do? They're broken, so they're just... I cannot do anything against them. For them. Yeah, so... Let's see. The Shermans will attack from this side. I don't think it can penetrate the armor though. As you can see, it has a 80mm side armor. As you can see, the turret, the upper hull, lower hull, yeah, 60 and 80. So the weakest part is actually not the rear, but on the side. 60mm rear, no, lower hull. So near the tracks, that's where they're the least protected. So I'm going for that, I guess. Maybe he has a chance to shoot at it. I'm going to give the order to hunt then. Or maybe he cannot hunt. I can hunt, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, don't have a lot of things to do in terms of controlling units. I think the Cromwell just stay where they are. Or if I'm on an experiment, I can give them order to shoot through the building. 265 millimeter, 265 distance, which means that it's going to cause at certain angle. Yeah, it can definitely vary. So yeah, I don't think it can actually penetrate any. Really low chance of penetrating the armor. So yeah, unless it is maybe if I can pound them against the tiger when it's facing the other direction, maybe the Cromwells have a chance of at least, you know, disabling the tracks or something. But yeah, I don't think they can do anything more than what we are trying to do right now. So yeah, the Shermans will try their hands at disabling it. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Moving. Yeah, slowly. Should have done a fast move, perhaps. This guy's just slowly walking for the... Yeah, not a care in the world. Uh-oh. Now this guy is shooting this. Yeah, it's too close. The range is just too close. Yeah, I think this Firefly is gonna get it. Oh no, actually it's turning now. So this Firefly has a better chance of hitting it, I think. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, it's 4 infantry. Nice. Okay, shoot it. Can you shoot at it, please? Track hit, immobilize. That's good. That's really good. Again, once more. It's trying to hit. Track hit once more, but yeah, the turret has to hit. Okay, now, yeah, the tiger tracks hit, so you cannot move into the town anymore. Okay, so, okay. Oh my gosh, the tiger is now trying to face the Firefly. Maybe I should get the Cromwells now trying to shoot from the side. Okay, so let's save, because this is the best thing we got going against the tiger now. So we're going to hit him from every direction. Maybe the Firefly will be sacrificed. Yeah, it's a scary thing, but maybe if they know that they're in serious trouble and they cannot do anything against the tiger, then they'll probably try to... Oh boy, yeah, everybody hunting mode. And this guy will, I think, reverse. Do you think that they have another shot against the tiger? I think they have a couple more shots possible against the tiger. Yeah. But let's save and see if we can get this guy truly immobilized and out of action. Yeah, slowly turning. One more shot. One more shot. Oh no, serious damage. This is not good. Oh my god, knocked out. That's not good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should have reversed it. Yeah, it's knocked out. Now what? This is going to hit. No, oh my god. Here we go. Are we serving them up? Oh, ricochet. Damn ricochet. Alright, well, it's trying to get out of there as fast as possible, right? Yeah, I think so. Can you shoot at the tiger now? No, I think it's not really good area to attempt to shoot. Maybe they can try, but I don't know how effective it's going to be. Let's just try it. I did save, so yeah, let's see what happens. This guy could reverse out, right? Well, I don't know. But yeah, these guys are now hunting. This guy had a pretty good, well, I mean, it was pretty unlucky, I guess. He wasn't able to disable the turret because there's no serious damage after the final shot he has made. Okay, let's just try it. This guy get killed, perhaps. Can you yeah, oh, no. Not much happening there. Yeah, it's ricocheting. You can see the slow shells are ricocheting everywhere. No, it's not working. Yeah, they know that it's not working. This guy is really slow for some reason. Can you shoot? I don't think so. Maybe this is because, sorry. Side block, and immobilize. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but Cromwell did a really good job of, okay, let's try to hunt them. Let's just get this over with. If this guy can shoot, then we have a chance. Yeah, it's immobilized and it's in the midst of a smoke. Kill none. Okay, well, at least try to disable the turret, that is. Until the reinforcements come. Okay. They know that it doesn't work, but I can probably give it another try. I think one of these tanks shot the smoke round. Let's see if I can keep shooting at it and then maybe it's going to be able to kill it or something. Yeah, it's elite, so it's not going to bail out ever. Alright, so turn 9, yeah, so reinforcement for both our sides and their side is going to come, so it's not going to be very good. If that happens, I mean, we have to face more tigers then. It's not going to be good, unless we know how to ambush them. Now, you can see now. Yeah, ricochet once again. Oh gosh, this is not good. Yeah, not good at all. Yeah, they're gonna run away now. It's not going to work. Yeah, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. You have no chance, you have no chance. Now this guy is not doing anything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is what happens. Can you shoot? Do you have a gun? That's the only question. No, you don't have a gun. Okay. Yeah, I was wrong. So yeah, this is OP tank. I thought that this guy had a gun, but no, because yeah, there's no selection of anything that is possible. Okay, so we'll have to retreat these guys because they're kind of useless. Reverse into this building and disappear. Yeah, if that was the Shermans that was able to wield some gun, then we had a chance of disabling it further, but yeah. Okay, lesson learned. Let's smoke it and then run away. Let's reverse it. Yeah, we tried many times, but was not able to go through the armor. German engineering, that is what it is. That's why it is. German engineering from the earlier part of the war, they were basically second to none. Let's get prepared to use the whatever we're going to receive as reinforcement. Okay, so infantry still alive, providing some sort of meat shield. Yeah, crew is eliminated. Yeah, they have bad intention now. All of these guys are now hurting.